All right, so we're live streaming.
Okay. Yeah, so disclosure, I always gotta say that this is definitely, you know, I and me discussion, but the opinions are not of I and me. It's not of our opinion. It's just we just having the discussion and we just getting the understanding. It's about dating preferences, right? I had a few people wanting to come on. I don't know if they're on yet, but we'll see if they come on.
I'm gonna post a new link for those people that are watching on the stream. I'm going to post the link on the IME page because I think that the links got mixed up for some reason. So I'm going to
Yeah, because I never had no trouble getting on the Zoom. Like, I'm like, so that's why I hit you up before the 7 o'clock. But yeah. So our topic tonight is dating preferences, stereotypes that come with your orientation and your identity. So, and we all know some people, we all have our own like dating preferences or like anybody that we want to, have a life with. We have preferences, we have standards. I know I do. And I've told a lot of people that, I didn't want to deal with them because, I wasn't comfortable with how they were. So, but hopefully somebody come on. I know my friend Maxine, she said she was gonna come on tonight. Shandia said she was coming on tonight too. But I don't see nobody. But yeah, Pierce with the date pref. Hello?
I will definitely, I'm gonna send the link out to Shandia and a
Okay.
couple of other people.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know what happened because I'm like, I never had a problem getting on the Zoom link. And I'm like, so I reinstalled it and then I installed it again because maybe I thought it was the problem, but it was just whatever the link is. So you want me to wait until maybe some few people come in or just
We can start talking because we are streaming and people are watching.
Okay. Hello everybody. Good evening. And again, like I said, this is an IME discussion and the opinions are not of IME. It's entertainment purposes. It's an understanding discussion about our community. And again, the topic is dating preferences, stereotypes that come with your orientation and your identity. Meaning, if you're a lesbian, you majority of the time you're going to date a lesbian. Some people have other preferences, and I'm not getting into that. But like me, I'm a lesbian, so I deal with lesbians, feminine women anyway. And but I think everybody. Oh, see, yeah, my friend Maxine says she's trying to get in.
Okay, so I will place is it possible for you to send her the link that
Let me see. That you sent me.
sent you?
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Let me send it to her right now.
Brenda says, how are you doing? She's watching.
Hey Brenda, how you doing? Let me see, Maxine. Okay. Let me let her know that I sent her link on because I can't do it through message. I will send it through messenger.
And I'll post the link in the comments for people that's trying to come on. The link will be in the comments.
Yes. Okay. Go to messenger. Let me just let her know. Messenger.
So for those of you that's watching, welcome to Help Me Understand. Tonight's topic is dating preferences. We are having a little bit of issues because we have a link that we are going to be using permanently. So once you save this link, this is going to be the link for every Help Me Understand. So I do
Okay.
apologize. If you check in the comments, you can see the link in the comments to join, and I'm posting it. If you go to the IME page, you can click on the link there, and I'm gonna repost and put it in bigger letters on it. It'll say Help Me Understand Zoom link. But
Yeah.
tonight, dating preferences, your personal preferences and things about our orientation and identity.
Yes.
That's
Right.
fun. So
Exactly.
let's go down the letters. Like some of the things that people seem to think about different orientations, like lesbians. It's a lot
Right.
of misconceptions about lesbianism that it's made like traditional relationships where there's a masculine woman and a feminine woman, and sometimes it's not always that, because sometimes we see stud
Right.
on stud and fem on fem.
So yeah, and then the occasional, the bisexual women, and then
Yeah,
it goes further, and pansexual and all that. It goes like so far of dating, and it's like it's whatever your preference is. I think people should just respect that. Just because a stud might want to date a trans woman, that's their preference, and we have to respect that. We're not supposed to be always raising our eyebrow and commenting negative. People have their preferences and they should be able to live and love whoever they want.
it's
So,
true. That is true. And you're right when you say like a lesbian, because a trans, there's a such thing as a trans lesbian. Um,
mm-hmm.
you could be a non-binary and date only women.
Right,
It is a spectrum. And yeah, like you said, you can't judge. Even then when you
exactly.
go into like bisexuality, another, let's get into them. Things that people think about bisexuals, they seem to think that bisexuals are promiscuous, and
Exactly. And
not
it's not
all
true.
bisexuals are
It's not
promiscuous.
exactly. It's not true at all.
Being promiscuous has nothing to do with your orientation or your
Right.
identity at all. But people
Exactly.
think that.
They say they are confused, and it's not confusion. It's like they love who they love. If they love a man at the time, that's what they, if they love a woman at the time. But sometimes there are some that want to play the field back and forth, and that's wrong. But there's some bisexual women that just want to be with a woman and won't even think about being with a man. So
That is true. Or if they committed to a man, they won't date a woman, but they
exactly.
still attracted to both.
Exactly. Exactly. So like me, it's like I said again, as far as me being a lesbian, I just date women, feminine women, and that's my preference. I mean, I have standards also, but that's another topic. But my
um,
preference is, another woman, feminine woman. I
and,
never thought about dating a stud. And not to say that it's wrong, it's just not my preference.
and there's nothing wrong with it.
Right. Nothing at all. You love who you love. And there's no book saying, oh, you a lesbian, you have to be with a lesbian. There's no book that say you gay man, you have to be with a gay man. Is the world is the way it is, and the limits go far. So you do what makes you happy. You
I
know.
agree. I totally agree. All right,
So,
so what's next? Gay males. Again, that's sort of like the
mhm.
lesbians. Gay
Yes.
males can date two feminine gay men. It could be two
Mm-hmm.
masculine hard body men.
Yep.
It could be a mixture, a combination, or they could be dating a trans male.
Exactly.
Men and
Exactly.
women. Yeah.
Exactly. It's not a title. It's about who you love and who you're attracted to, who makes you happy and makes you feel good. And let not say I'm a lesbian, then I'll be like, go out there and be like, oh, a man can make me feel happy and feel good, but I don't want to, be with a man, but there's people out there that, go that route. They go for being happy. It don't matter what their gender is. It's about being happy and
Right.
being respected and loved.
Right. Yep.
But,
I agree.
but preferences goes a long way, because that's what you want. I don't want to be with no trans woman or trans man. I want to be with a lesbian. That's my preference.
So you got to say you want to be with a trans cisgender woman.
Right.
Got to use the terminology.
Right. Trans cis woman. Exactly.
Yeah, be with a lesbian cisgender woman. You don't want to be with the
exactly
a
born
trans
a woman.
lesbian.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. And I think that's where our community kind of gets confusing because when you go out and you have these conversations, I can only imagine with all the letters under the rainbow, you out in the dating pool and you're like, well, I want a lesbian, and then the specific type of lesbian you want isn't there, but someone is like, well, I'm a lesbian. It's not that you're trying to be transphobic or anything else. I prefer the cisgender female.
Exactly. That's what makes me happy. Yeah. And that's what gets my, wheels rolling and, everything else that my body does when I'm
Right.
My friend said, well, see, I don't see her in a meeting. She said, do you see me in a meeting? No, I don't see you.
No, we don't see you. We put the link out.
I gave it to her too. She asking me. I'm trying to hit her up again. Hold on.
There goes Shondia just joined in.
Who that?
I see Shondia just popped in.
She popped in. I was supposed to remind her, but she knew. I gave her the link. But yeah, so it goes far as like preferences, and some people don't have preferences. They just all over the place.
I don't want to say all over the place because I don't have a preference. Like me, I'm I'm pansexual. I'm not a lesbian. I'm not bisexual. I just love people. So when I go to pick a mate, I have to connect with you mentally. It has to be a connection, or just it won't work for me. I have to
It's got to be connection. Exactly.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah.
So the body doesn't matter. You could be, you know what? I can go as far as saying for myself, I wouldn't even care if you have a physical impairment. I don't care as long as you're a great person and we can connect and grow.
Right. And that's good. That's good that you like that. Some people are like, they want somebody's perfect, and there's no such thing as perfect. Everybody got flaws, everybody got this and that and that and this. But as far as like you want to be with somebody that's going to treat you the way you're going to treat that person, make you happy and respect you, And it's even dating. It's not even as far as like relationship. We talking about just dating, getting to that dating point where you date and see if y'all going to make it to the next levels. Dating is not a relationship. Dating is dating to get to know that person and make sure that person is right for you.
You haven't dated anymore?
No, not really. They go straight from how you doing? I love you. Let's make a life together. Yeah. But I want to date. I like the dating stage.
But isn't it called what is it called in another thing that terminology in the LGBT community? What do they call it? Lesbian car? Is it carpooling or what is it called?
Lesbian, as far as like when they the lesbian U-Haul.
Yeah. God, I forgot what it's called.
Like the U-Haul is at the house the next day. Like, I'm moving in. Like, I don't even know you like that.
Oh God. Shondia, what is your preferences? What you
She's
think?
quiet.
I am quiet on that one. I'm not saying anything.
So why you in
Nope.
here for? What you in here for? You gotta say something. You gotta say something.
Hi. I said something. Hi. No.
Well, okay. So you don't want to answer that. So you just newly into coming into the rainbow community. What have you noticed about like the dating scene? Do you feel like you're pressured to have like a preference or feel trapped inside of terminology? Like, is the wording trapping you in? And what is your orientation? What would you consider yourself?
So ever since I was like 15, I was bisexual up until 5 years ago. I became a lesbian.
Mhm.
And like I said, I mean, was kind of, I'm not gonna say back and forth because I wasn't like sexually involved with, guys or whatever. It was more so of a hiding thing because, like I said, what I was going through with my mom. But all in all, like I said, I would say like the past 4.5 years now that I've been a lesbian, and I don't feel trapped, but I feel like I had someone tell me, "Oh, well, I don't feel like you're, shall I say, a lesbian. You haven't been a lesbian long enough. You got to be a lesbian for about 10 years or more."
Who wonder who that is?
What?
So yeah, so I feel like that was just kind of like, wait, what? That I gotta be a lesbian for like 30 years for it to be real?
30
Like,
years. Who
no.
said that?
30
So
years.
yeah, I mean, she said 10 years or more. I mean, and I was just kind of like,
I think they were
what?
joking.
It was said more than once, so I don't know if it was a joke, but hey. But so, like, not really pressured, but I just feel like you're who you are. Like it, love it. Whoever
Right.
don't like it or love it, well.
Exactly. Yeah, because you're gonna be you, You're not gonna change for nobody else. You're gonna you in it to win it, You ain't going backwards.
I fell in love with the emo girl. I fell in love with the emo girl looking person. You look like I fell in love with the emo girl.
Who that? Who that?
Huh? What was that? What
I
was
seen
that?
the
'Cause
name
something
come
else.
up. I seen the name come up, but I didn't see nobody's face. How many on here? I don't know who that was, but
That was somebody named Jamin, and I have no idea, but that was
yeah, I don't know
very
who the hell that was.
strange.
That was, yeah. That's what happens when you post a link on Facebook and you get some weird characters sometimes.
I did send the link to my patient today, and she said that she was going to pass it on. So I don't know if any of them will be on here tonight, but I did pass it on for you.
Yeah,
I did do
that.
Yeah, I don't know who that was. That was weird. I don't know how to block people, but what
she say, an eagle girl?
She said,
right,
I
like,
fell in love
weird.
with an email girl.
Emo.
She said, I fell in love with an email girl.
Oh,
I was like, what?
Huh?
Yeah, my friend, she's still trying to get on here. So she probably won't even.
I
I
couldn't
don't know what
get through
to say.
yours, Donna. I couldn't get on through yours. I had to get on through the one with Pierce. Like
I know
the
that's
last
what I
two
hit.
times.
I told her about Pierce. I gave her the link to the Pierce. So I don't
Last
know
two
what.
times
What's her
you
name
sent me the
on
link.
Facebook?
Maxine Chapman.
Okay,
The last two times that you sent me the link for the last two Zooms, I couldn't get on through yours, remember? But I got on through Pierce's. For some reason, I can't get on
I
through the
know
ones you
that's the
sent me.
link that was Angel had sent me through message, and then the one that was on Facebook. She said, I'm watching you on YouTube. Oh, she watching.
Tell her the link is in the comment. I put it in the comment.
Okay. Jeez.
And I'm inboxing her now.
Okay.
Does she have on a white outfit, like a white suit in her picture?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Chapman, CHAPMAN. Yeah, Max.
Okay. I sent it in her inbox, so hopefully.
I just hit a lot of people back on Messenger that I had told about it. So I don't know. Hopefully next time we'll get the link better, so this way it won't be no confusion. Because I'm like, why I can't get on? Like, I gotta be on
Angel
this.
posted the older link instead of the newer link.
Oh, okay.
So that
And
was
I had hit her up. It's like, I can't get on Zoom. She ain't never hit me back. She said I'm on her iPad. I don't know what that means. But
yeah, that I just sent the link to everybody.
okay. Said ask her to send it to my what? She said ask her to send it to my Facebook. That's what you sent it to her Facebook?
Yes, it's Maxine
Okay.
Chapman. She got on the white linen outfit.
Yep. That's
Tell her check her Messenger.
I sent it to Messenger.
Okay.
She is Scorpio season and say New York, New York.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep, I sent it to her inbox.
Okay. Hopefully she'll get it this time. We'll see. But yeah, like I said, with Shandia, your preference is lesbians, right? Like feminine, not feminine, but masculine type women, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You wouldn't go outside of that. You wouldn't date anything else, no? Oh.
No, I mean that's that's what I'm attracted to. So I really can't see me going outside of that now.
But suppose somebody else that's not a lesbian that you might be attracted to, or they might, you never know,
No. I know what I like. I know what I want. So that's just that.
I'm only messing with you. I'm the same way. I don't. Maybe in my younger years, I probably did flirt with a lot of trans women, but I never like dated or slept with any of them. But when you're young and you just coming out, you just having fun.
I mean,
But
could y'all explain that? Like, since we talk about preferences, I personally never understood the difference between wanting a masculine woman versus a feminine woman, because they're both women. When you take your clothes off, they're both women. It's like, okay.
I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's just I couldn't. Okay, I'm gonna put it to you like this. This is all right. This is why, especially since it's just us three on here right now.
no, you got everybody watching.
Oh, but no, seriously.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. I always never. Okay, my partners were always the one doing everything. Put it that way. My partners was always the ones doing everything, which always ended up being like the masculine ones. And that's what I was attracted to. Like, I don't know, I just never really was like into the girly girl types because I never was the one doing anything. I think that was like the whole thing. Like, and then, things changed, but at first I just was the one, like, I was attracted to females, but didn't want to do nothing.
Right. Scared cat.
If that makes sense. And then, eventually that changed. And because some of the ones that I was with, they were the do not touch me ones. Remember we talked about this in the one Zoom thing we had. And I was like, I was just like, okay, then why are you, like, if that's the case, might as well be with man if, they're going to be, like the do not touch me ones. And then, it didn't work out anyway.
Right.
So then, down the road, things changed. And I don't know. I'm just not into the girly girls. I don't know. It's just something about a female, but she's still kind of, I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's just an attraction that I just.
That's your preference. That's
Yeah,
what
that's
you like.
your preference. Someone just on the chat said, so you're a pillow princess. Would you consider?
That's what I used to be called. My niece called me a pillow princess for years. And then when they found out that I was no longer pillow princess, they damn near had a celebration.
But you was a pillow prince because you was with masculine women that didn't want to be touched.
That didn't want to be touched.
Yeah, so you didn't have no choice but to be. Not that you wanted to be, you just didn't have a choice because you was dealing with no touch.
And then at the same time, they didn't really bring it out of me like that.
Oh,
they didn't,
so you were just laying on your back.
Oh
my God.
This is kind of awkward. This is awkward. But anyway, yeah, so, at the time, like I said, they didn't really bring it out of me like that. And then I ended up meeting somebody who ended up bringing it out of me, and I no longer was a pillow princess.
You ain't got no sores on that back. Let me leave you alone. Yeah, but that's good, So you had somebody bring it out in you, so you got to taste the best of both worlds, Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, but my preference is always going to be a feminine woman. I ain't changing up until the day I die. I ain't going nowhere. That's it. That's all I want. That's it. So, but yeah, you come a long way, Shantia. That's good. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know my friend. She still ain't coming in yet.
So don't you evolve eventually? I mean, always talking about preferences, but isn't there space for growth with that? Like you may start out one way and then go off to being something different.
No, I've been like this since 20, about 30 years. I've been this. I ain't nope.
Yeah, and I mean, if you really know you really know what you want, and know what you like and know what you want, then, I mean, no.
I mean, there's some people that like to venture out and be a little bit more, like get bored of the same thing and want to try something different. I don't know. I would, like me, what you think I would think about dating a stud? Like, damn, I'm tired of films. Let me go date a stud. You think? No.
I can't see you walking around holding hands with a stud. I can't see it. I'm sorry.
But I don't see anything wrong with that. I think,
I don't see anything wrong with it. I said I can't see her.
I'm walk around.
I have two that's at my job that comes, they're patients at my job, and they come in there, and I thought that they were just like there together, like for support, or the other one was the other person's bride, because they both was dressed like, masculine.
Right.
And come to find out, they weren't. They were wife. They were married.
Oh yeah,
and they
both told me about that.
Both look masculine. You remember when I told you about that? And they both look masculine. She asked me where I got my hair done at and everything, because she was wanted to get her wife's hair done like that. And I was like, oh, because they both look like,
wow.
They both looking. So,
And she said she still can't get on. I don't know what's going on. I'll just sit next time. But yeah, and that's because I see a lot of studs that are with studs, and I mean I don't think it look bad. I think because your stud know what a stud want, you'll have a lot in common. I can have a stud girlfriend that likes to play Xbox, or we go play basketball, stuff like that. You can't do that with families. They be like, ew, I don't want to play no Xbox. I don't want.
True.
Don't be stereotyping. What I'm
That is
walking
not
on.
true.
What I'm walking
Yeah,
on. Don't be
that is not true.
stereotyping. Do
That
not
is
be
not true at all.
stereotyping.
So somebody said at 53 years old, as a woman, when dating, going into a relationship with a female woman, I go towards an aggressive female.
That's a preference, right?
Aggression, yes, I guess. Aggressive female is this person's type. I mean, it's not
Right.
again. It's nothing wrong with whatever your preference is.
Yeah.
I'm just not understanding, why in the community and in the rainbow umbrella, why do we get stuck underneath
Right.
these terms? And I guess that's because I'm pansexual. I feel like that's just self-limiting, and you possibly won't meet the very best person you could have because you have
left yourself in one box.
self. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
but you know what? I feel like I don't know how much y'all talked about or anything, but I feel like it's okay to have preferences because you know what you respond to. Through trial and error, you get to the point where you know yourself and you know who you want to deal with or who you don't want to deal with.
Right.
But I think it should be a starting. I don't think you should just stay in that box and say, okay, if they're not tall, then I'm not going to do this. I'll go looking for my preference first, but that don't mean I might stumble against somebody else. But that first response, if I see a crowded room, my eye is going to go to certain people before it goes to other people. You know what I mean? Like it'll go to certain people first, but that's not to say that I wouldn't date the other people. It's just that as I look around, depending on what my preference is or what draws me initially, I'm going to give them a try first.
Right.
Before I give anybody else a try. I really don't see anything wrong with that. I think, I think everybody.
So would you date a feminine woman, Angel?
I would, and initially I'm not attracted to feminine women, but that's not to say, I wouldn't date one. But see, my thing is, it's not, see, when you say feminine, what you mean, like dainty or just because she dressed more,
the ones with the
stilettos
and the mini skirts and the makeup and the girl.
My thing, it really would depend on her personality because I don't care what you look like physically, you have to be a certain personality for me. And if you're not that personality, it really wouldn't matter whether you dress up in stilettos or whether you got on Nikes.
Okay, gotcha.
But initially I would overlook the stiletto person. If initially, if I went into a room, initially I would overlook all the stilettos.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's how I'm. Yeah, but I wouldn't even look stud weight even. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but I'm open enough that if somebody, honestly, if you're not my preference, you probably would have to befriend me first and let me get to know you first, and then I'll, break down and start not paying attention. But initially, I'm not even gonna lie. Initially, you have to be what I consider my type.
Exactly. Yeah, everybody has a, I mean, I can't say everybody. Majority of people have a type
but it's not always physical. Not everybody's preference is a physical preference. Some people's preference, like Pete was saying, she's pan, but some people's preference is other things outside of how, what somebody look like.
Right. Their personality and stuff like that.
Yeah, like I like women. It wouldn't matter to me if a man came up dressed in a dress and drag. It does not matter. That's not my type. You can look the part, but
Right, exactly.
At the end of the day, yeah. So it's okay to have, not to say that I would, I'm not a man, but if there was a woman drag.
I know what you're saying. I know.
But you know what I mean? Not everybody, I think get caught up on physical stuff, but the people who are into physical stuff have a right to have that as a preference. They just have to be open-minded enough to know that that's not how everybody rolls.
Right. So when we say preferences, also, like I said, with my preferences, I don't like women that drink and get drunk. That's a preference. I don't like that either, right? Or loud women. That's my preference.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. I mean, me, I don't like a woman who's not chivalrous.
right,
So I like
yeah,
chivalry. I like
right,
to receive chivalry. I don't give it as much
exactly.
as I receive it, but I love a woman who gives me chivalry. So that kind of almost defaults
Yeah,
to,
open that door
a
for
certain
me.
type.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Now, y'all was talking about the female being feminine and masculine. I'm just be honest. There are some studs that's very feminine, like me. A lot of studs tell me that I am very masculine centered.
Mm-hmm.
So I meet studs, and a lot of them are very
Yeah.
girly. So how
Well,
Mm-hmm.
would
that's
you
because
say
we
that
are.
this
Some of
feminine
us are
stuff?
soft studs. We're not that hard. We're not like that. We don't think we men. We're not Earl. So there's some soft studs. I don't even like being
Mm-hmm.
called a stud no more. I'm tired of being called a stud. Just call me
That's because
Donna.
Donna, you're more of a pretty boy.
Ah,
Right.
a metrosexual lesbian? What?
Hey, girlfriend. Hey. Hey.
Never like that word stud. I hate being called a stud.
Right. I go with the flow but I don't like being called a stud neither because I'm not a male horse. So just call me Donna. Leave it at that.
Well, you know what? Masculine. I try to say masculine centered lesbian.
Okay. That'll work. That's more better
When
than
you
stud.
Yeah, when you go places, actually, like if you go to an event or if you go to like a conference, that's what they won't say stud. They'll say masculine of center.
Right. Okay. I can work with
I'm
that.
a smack.
Yeah, I'm a Donna.
Yep. See.
But see that just y'all don't like that, but there are people out there that do like those labels. There's people that don't like them,
Yeah.
that can't stand them, then there's people that like them. So you have to, respect whoever,
Oh
respect
yeah,
the mindset of
definitely.
whoever there is.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get upset if somebody call me a stud. I just prefer not to be called that, but I'm sure somebody would be like, oh, but I'm not gonna be like, I'm gonna beat your ass for calling me a stud, but I'm just saying, I don't want to be called that no more.
Well, let's just recap because we almost at the first hour. This is IME help me understand. This is about dating preferences. And if everybody want to go back down the line and tell your orientation and what your preference is, that'll be cool. So everybody could just get the gist of what we're speaking about. And this is just general open conversation. This is not our traditional IME learn. This is fun.
And these are not the opinion. These are not the opinions of IME organization. These are individual opinions and individual, um, speaking and learning and all. This is individual. This is not IME
Exactly.
organization's opinions.
Exactly.
All right. So I guess I'll go first. Pierce, pansexual, and I just like great energy. I'm more of a spiritual person. So you have to be you just got to have great energy, and we got to be able to build and grow. That's most important to me because I feel like any physical thing we can change that. That's why we make money. That's why there's plastic surgeons. That's why
Mm-hmm.
we have all these other things, but the inside of you, I can't change that. That's a lot of your own personal growth and rearing. So that's
Right.
thoughts on it. Shandi is the next person up there.
Hello. Wake up, Shandi.
I'm up. We still talking about preferences. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
You
No,
know,
we
I got
talk about
kids.
what say what you are and what you prefer and stuff like that.
Oh, I am a lesbian. That's pretty much it. I
Yeah.
don't really see an issue with preferences. I don't think people should be pressured into preferences, but it's what it is.
Yeah. You got that right. Okay. Definitely.
Donna, you're next. Your
Yes.
orientation. Your preference.
I'm a lesbian, and my preference are very feminine lesbian women. That's it. Nothing else.
Angel's next.
Well, I have preferences and I'm proud of my preferences. I'm Angel, I'm a lesbian. I like lesbians who are masculine of center, who have chivalrous traits.
Hey.
And Smack, you're the last person.
Oh wow. Okay. I'm a lesbian. My name is Smack. I love feminine women, but I am not available. I'm happy.
I know that's what I said. Put it out there.
I hear that.
Oh my God.
I just had to
know
put
we
that
was
out there
doing a
'cause the
dating
inbox be
Zoom.
crazy.
This is not a dating thing. This is not a meet and greet or no meeting
I
people.
thought
We are
this
just
was.
talking about
I know
preferences.
that, but let
This
let
is
it be
not a meet
known,
and
though,
greet.
Smack. Let it be
Yeah.
known.
I gotta let it be known because sometimes, I'm not like I wouldn't know if somebody's trying to hit on me or not.
What-
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Before my current relationship. Now I know because I be having I'm looking straight ahead. I ain't looking all out here. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
And the boy, I tell you now, I see it. Be in the inbox, small talk, turn into what you need to know what my favorite color is for.
Right.
Setting
Exactly.
me up for a show or something. So you know what I
Right.
mean? Yeah, I'm starting to, trying to widen my blinders out a little bit, but yes, I'm lesbian. I don't like doing the labels, but I've been told that I'm masculine centered, you know what I'm saying? But I do have my little feminine ways about myself. I can
Exactly.
go girl in a moment, you know what I'm saying? Especially with my feelings. I'm just keeping it real.
Right.
But I love feminine women. That is what I love, and I have that in my life, and I'm happy. Thank you.
Okay.
I
Cool.
think we all got masculine and feminine, in us.
Yeah. Everybody
Traits in
has
us. It's just some are
masculine,
more
feminine
dominant than
energy.
others. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's,
like,
it's
the ones on here who are masculine centered, do your friends be addressing you as bro?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my
My
best
my
friend
my friends do.
does.
Which is so freaking weird to me. Like, it's like, I'm like, what?
I don't say it, but they do. I don't say bro. I don't. I'll call him brother.
I don't. I only call my friends that want to be called bro. Usually that's not how I address people. But my best
Yeah,
friend,
that's no ghetto.
he would call me bro since we started being friends, and that's over 20 years ago.
So that's something that's got some lengthy time on it.
Yeah, it was my best friend. So, but now's the time, we use other words, we'll start using some other words other than bro that my other half don't like us using. Like we'll be like, yo, nigga, did you hear me? They don't like that, but that's
Right.
how best friends be talking. And I'm trying to
It
change
slips
that.
out. It slips.
Yeah, it slips out because you talking to your homie, but I say
It
homie
slips.
all the time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
it
that's
slips
just
for me.
me. How you doing?
Right.
Got someone on. Oh, they got off.
You have someone on and they just jumped off. There was
I don't know if that's my friend Maxine, because she said she was in, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm not. I gave her everything I needed to give her. So if she gonna come in, she'll come in. She might still having problems.
So if you are in the Ladies of Choice group and you're watching, I just dropped the link inside that chat. So I see Devette and my homegirl in there. I just put the link in there. Come on and join in. We're still here. We still got this hour and 10 minutes to add your conversation, your little stuff in.
Can I ask somebody a question? Okay, if you dated someone out of your preference, did it work? It's just
No.
off the head.
Yes, I
No.
dated somebody outside of my preference and it worked. And that's why I say sometimes preferences can be limiting, because when I started out my journey, I started out with a real feminine woman, and I thought in my mind, like, oh yeah, this is it. This fits because it be who I am, and we gonna work, and I ain't gotta worry about no headbutt, no confusion, none of this stuff. Oh man, this is fucking perfect. And then I met Masculine Center, and I said, oh, okay, well this is working too. Like, okay, so maybe I need to open up, my viewpoint of some things. And then I come to realize through this journey of I am me and learning about the different identities and orientations, that I'm like, yo, I got the ability to love anyone. I think everyone is beautiful, beautiful personalities, beautiful hearts, but there can only be one for me, all of that running around, jumping around. I can't do that. I'm too old. I'll forget.
Exactly.
I'll forget your name. I don't want to do all of that. So, but yeah, it worked. It worked out in my favor trying something different.
And I think also, because I've heard from a lot of bisexual women that I know, their preference are other like feminine women, because they don't want to be, they don't want other people to know that they are, they're gay or they're lesbian. So they date feminine women to hide what they are, because they're not really out like that. So
I think that's wrong. I really do. That seems like they're using feminine women, you know what I mean, to stay in their closet. That's not right.
Yeah, but it happens a lot, and it's crazy. But I've heard stories.
Well, I know that I dated outside my preference. It did not work romantically. It did not work romantically. It worked friendship wise, so it's still love there, but it's friendship. But romantically, it did not work.
Right. Okay. With Stacy, she not home tonight.
Yeah, she's sitting right across from me. I'm
She
at the
quiet
dining room
tonight.
table. She over there.
She got.
Well, I got my earphones in too, so she can't hear y'all. But no, she here. I told her jump on the Zoom. She over there looking at something. What's she looking at?
Oh, okay.
Probably TikTok or something.
Yeah, but I never dated out of my preference. So, and I've dated my preference, and some things just didn't work. So,
you know what? I dated out of my preference, and I will admit that it was out of convenience. You know what I mean? Just trying to work through and really see what my preferences were. You know what I mean? And dated out my preference. But like I said, it didn't work romantically, because I still was leaning toward what my preferences were. But friendship wise, I end up gaining a really good friend.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. It'd be like that. Things, you have something, and then later on it doesn't go that route. And then you just become good friends. There's nothing wrong with that.
I have dated out of my preference. And that's just a part of discovering, like you said, Angel, what your preference is. And
Smack, don't tell me no stud you dated.
No.
Now we sitting up here having an open conversation, and y'all getting ready closing on up. No stud, no.
But little, to each his own.
Right.
But that's not for me. To each his own, but it's just not for me.
Right.
That's like two brothers having a fight, sword fight. Just can't do that. It's not my thing.
What?
But it happens.
A sword fight with dildos.
I'm just sick. Keep it real. That's what they want is real, but you have a lot of that going on, especially down south, and that's okay. You have it going on all over, because I see it all over now. But for me, that's just not for me. But I've dated someone who was older when I first came out. And when I say older, I wasn't even 21, and they was in their 30s,
Mm.
ready to be, late 30s. And yeah, that wasn't for me.
Right.
I'm still
I
trying to
mean,
go out, hang
it's
out.
definitely different.
Yeah, and
It's
then I
definitely
dated
different.
someone that was a different race, and when I say date, we weren't in no relationships. This is date preference. This is me trying to figure out, like, what is my preference? I didn't find my preference, to be honest, like knowing what I truly wanted until I was in my late 20s, going into my 30s. But I dated a Caucasian woman, and that
Ooh, I
was,
got a story too when you finish.
man, look, that was just different.
No, I can agree with you because I dated a German woman, so I'm like I know what you're going through with that.
Yeah, like it didn't last past, like, I'm gonna say 2 or 3 days. I became lost. Keeping it real.
Lost where? In something or lost?
I did a whole year. Oh damn.
Oh
So
wow. Well, me, I was just trying to. I never had been with the Caucasian woman in the bedroom, and that was just too much for me.
they are a little wild. They are a little freaky and they a little wild. And plus, I was young. She was older and I was young, and she taught me a lot of stuff.
Oh, see, I was the older one. You talk about choking. I was like, do you know I'm black? That that was just a little bit. I shared it with my queen, but yo, man, I had to get lost after that because it was fun because it was different. I could say, oh wow, but a relationship wise, nah. And then they reached out to me probably about last year and on Facebook, and man, Lord Jesus, I had to automatically delete, block, because
right.
you know what? I didn't want to go back there for nothing. I didn't want to entertain the conversation. But yeah, but you have to date different type to know what your preference is. That's how I truly feel. I know what mine is now.
Well, we got
When you
Stacy
young,
on.
when
We
you
hear her
young,
preference.
you don't have a
Stacey?
really don't have a preference.
I have a I usually I'll be drawn to strong, independent, intelligent women, quiet,
Yeah, quiet. Yes.
That's quiet is not me.
Wait a
So
minute,
that's
where
outside
you get
herself.
Angel from?
Look, all the rest of that
Quiet.
stuff, all that rest of that stuff is okay. Quiet.
I made an exception with that. Very,
So you
you got to get used to it. My family love it. I was like, wow.
So I got a question. Like, I've had a lot of downtime. I be looking on Facebook and I'll be feeling like, women got a lot of that they want out of their mate. Why they got so many rules? You're not gonna find one person that meet every asterisk.
But we as masculine, we have
picky.
rules too. We want certain things too, just like they want certain things.
What do you think about that? The rest of the panel, like, I feel like I bend on a lot of my asterisks. Okay, well, they ain't got that, so okay, but they got these, the ones at the top, maybe the ones at the bottom. Like, I feel like when it comes to dating and trying to find that right one, I feel like I be wondering why some of my friends are still single. I'll be telling them, damn, how many asterisks you got on there that they gotta meet? Like, you gotta bend somewhere. How do y'all feel about that?
You know what? I'm gonna tell you what, because me and Stacey are only been together for 3 years, right? We're gonna be celebrating our 3rd year. So when I met her, I wasn't even thinking about dating nobody. Honestly, I was okay. I got a lot of friends, good, friends, family. I was okay. If I needed any kind of attention, I could have reached out for that. You have, your certain people, whatever. But what happened was we became friends, and we were just drawn to each other. It wasn't that we planned it. We just hung out. with groups of friends, and we started we noticed who we were and kind of was drawn that way. Neither one of us was really like, okay, we're going to date, blah, blah, blah. We were just, you hang around somebody long enough, you just get drawn to them.
Exactly.
I just wasn't at the time, I wasn't looking for anybody, but you never, that's when you find someone. So as far as the asterisks, yeah, I mean, actually, that's probably what I noticed as we were friends and hanging out. I started noticing my preferences on her. You know what I mean? Like, wait a minute. Oh, okay.
Hey, who are you talking about?
I'm talking about your ass. So I was like, okay.
I just
And then, we became friends first. Back in the day, I didn't necessarily become friends first with someone before we started dating, and we kind of built a friendship through all that. But with her, we actually became friends first and decided whether we wanted to kind of be in a relationship together.
And see, I like that you said that, because the current relationship I'm in, that's how it started. But I knew from the get-go, because I was shy. Believe it or not, smack shy, y'all. I was very shy. And so they came in to look at a building that my best male friend owns to do an event. And I was like, who is that? And then it just, how I was introduced was more to help with promotions. Then I have found out, they had someone at the time. So, I was just being a friend, helping you with your events. But then when, I found out that they broke up, that was my time to go in, but we became good friends. So still to this day, they feel some kind of way about it, but they be all right. Because sometimes you got to be friends first. You know what I mean?
Right.
I say be friends, but I know, Stacey, you can go ahead and tell them how you said the sun shone when you saw me for the first time and how the skies opened up and shit.
Hey.
Yeah, why you gonna be like put me out there like that? I knew from the first time I saw her. It was just a vibe that I got from her. It was the way she looked at me, like I was a tall, cool drink. So
when we went on the beach.
Yeah, we did. We went to the beach. I'm not really a beach person. Anybody will tell you. And we spent the whole day there. We just had fun. And then we went out on picnics and dinner, and lunch.
We did a lot of stuff together. That's what's up.
Yeah, we still have a lot of stuff to do.
Mm-hmm.
She's fine. She's okay. She's a hellfire. Different. Sometimes you just look like, wow, I'm just gonna go ahead going upstairs. Leave that alone.
Right. Exactly.
Get you on that one. I get you on that one.
Yeah. Sometimes it can be very,
Now she has a couple of times to be like, call me a little baby stud or something because my attitude, or if I have to get some stuff said, or she has accused me of being a little aggressive.
I've been called that.
Very outspoken.
I'm flip up on me now. You gotta watch out.
I've seen that side. It's crazy when you first see that side of a person.
Yeah.
You're not expecting it. You like,
make you go in the corner and think like, wait a minute.
But the way this Leo's set up, sometimes I like the trigger. I thought it was cute. How much times I want to see that sometime, you know what I mean?
It's funny.
Huh?
It can be funny. It can be comical. You just look at it and be like, okay, I'm gonna let you have that one today. But after the day, that's it. You get yourself back together.
Y'all know I'm biting my tongue. This ain't that type of Zoom. I am biting my tongue right now.
Before you shoot it off, you're gonna get it. You gonna get it.
Yeah, I'm just talking about trash while I can. I'm probably gonna
Baby
get
in
it.
the big
when I
bedroom
get off
tonight
here.
on that one.
55
Crazy.
minutes. You about to get
Probably
it.
gonna get it when I get off here.
Y'all
Good.
saying all of this.
Oh,
And I
Lord,
was
I'm
sweet
glad
today. I had cooked dinner, cleaned the house, Sometimes my sister be like, "Why you cleaning?" Hey, gotta be like that when she get home.
Yeah,
So
it's okay. Let the tables turn. Hey,
yeah,
it's cool.
wash
Okay.
clothes. I
For
do
me,
that.
I only got one relationship in me, so I'm making it count.
I
Right.
got a question. None of y'all don't find it deceptive that a person will come into your life under the guise of a friend, and then you have them as this friend, and then they go into this relationship, then you lose your close friend. You done told this
Right.
close friend all this stuff,
Right.
and and now they done got into this relationship, and it's like, damn, where did my homie go?
Yeah,
That's
that's
how you gotta.
That's it
I
to
think you
me.
have to separate it.
But see,
Sometimes
that's why we both have best friends. We both have individual best friends that we can go to for that. You know what I mean? Like we already had best friends when we met each other. We didn't like become best friends.
like I didn't lose none of my girlfriends, as she called them, my gossip buddies, which is the thing I do when I come home from work. Everybody in the school district how about bad these damn kids are. So everybody gossip. So, I think we accept each other, that we look out for each other. We know we have each other's back, and we go do stuff that we know we did as friends.
you
That
got
got
that
us to this
talk
point.
going.
We haven't forgot about that.
Y'all know I got a gun pointed at her, right?
I see the tip of
Nah, but you know what? But see, that goes to show that sometimes opposites work out, because like she's a talker. She can be on the phone all day. She got to know a million details. I'm not like that. I'm straight to the point. I'm not. I can put my phone down. It does not bother me.
right.
I don't gossip. You know what I mean? Like I really don't be all in people's business like that.
I have my talk buddies. We talk. We don't gossip. We talk. But with her, I know she's quiet. She's not a very talkative person. So I just go in a room and call my talk buddies up. Like, yo, I feel like talking right now. She don't. Hey, you feel like talking? And she be quiet and do her thing, watching the ID channel.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Like sometimes, you ever, like if somebody were to, if I were single, right? Somebody want to date me, I'm very moody. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I want to talk and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just want peace, and I took the other half to my space at the beach. This is dirty. You don't need to be coming out here, but this is my space. I go there and sit hours at the beach.
Right.
Writing stuff. I call it my second office, but it's what brings me peace. And I'm a moody, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a moody person. Sometimes I want to talk and sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
You like that. And I feel as though that, when those who are tuned in maybe on the YouTube channel or whatever, make sure that when you're dating and you're getting to know someone, that you tell them it can't always be the good stuff. You got to tell the bad stuff too, because I keep it real. I'm moody. And I've said that from the jump. I'm a moody person. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very direct. Sometimes things I say, I don't mean to be nasty, but I'm direct in it and it may come across nasty, but just pull me up when it happened, but I keep it real because those are things that I know about myself. And I think that's important in letting someone know when you are dating. Not only can it be the good things that they see, if there's some bad things, bring that out. What do y'all think?
Yeah, I
I
think
think
that's
that
true. And you give that person a chance to say, well, I don't want to deal with it, or I want to deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, like when me and Angel, start talking, we showed each other our good side and our bad side. With her, I know she's quiet. There's certain things that she doesn't do, but that's where I feel in because that's where I how I am. So I think how me and her get along well is that we know each other's weaknesses and each other's strengths, and we build off of that. Her thing is she cooks, but that's my thing. So why put something on someone that don't want to do it all the time? Like,
Right. Yeah,
that I'll cook, or with housework. I might do the housework, but she might do the laundry. We
Yeah, baby, you gotta tell all. You ain't gotta tell everything that we do. I'm just laying it in. But you know what? I have my suggestions.
to the
My
chat,
suggestions to
Rajonda
people
Grant.
who do.
You gotta welcome
My
Rajonda.
welcome, Rajonda.
Hey,
My
that's one of my
suggestions to
friends.
people
What's
who are
up,
dating.
Rajonda? What's up, girl?
My suggestion to people who are dating that when you date someone, go to different places, get in different environments, go date in different, be around different situations. Because my thing is, I sit back and notice people. I like to see how you handle yourself. That's really big for me. That's one of my preference. I need, before I can even be in a relationship with you or anything, I need to see how you carry yourself. I need to see how you handle yourself in certain situations.
Exactly.
So when you're dating, don't go to the same places all the time. Don't do the same activities all the time. Do different activities. Get yourself in different situations, different environments. See how you handle, how y'all work together and handling stressful or crowded or empty spaces or whatever. Try to change it up a little bit. If you go to the beach on one date, then go to a concert on another one, or have a private one. But if you put yourself in different situations, different environments, sometimes you can see what weaknesses and strengths you have. Because it's one thing for me to say it, but you probably need to experience, because I'm not gonna I'm gonna say certain things, but I'm not gonna make myself look too bad if I'm trying to date you.
Right.
I ain't gonna give you all my negative. I'm gonna give you a little taste of my negative, but but if we're in different situations,
I go all out.
Yeah.
But if we're in different situations, then I can see how, if a problem comes up, how do we handle that? If somebody says something out the way while we walking, how do we handle that? How do you handle it? How do I handle it?
Right.
Exactly. I've had a situation like that, and I was told I went overboard. Like, I'm very, very protective. I'm protective even to the way that you talk to my other half.
But you show that. But you show that.
Yeah.
And they can determine whether that's positive or negative for them.
My other half really ain't got to say nothing. I'm going to step in. I'm like, excuse me, don't talk to her like that.
Exactly.
If we in a restaurant and the waitress, I remember this one time we went out to get something to eat, and she's explaining to them that the food wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? And it was just the way that the server was talking, and I just stepped in. That's just who I am as a person. When you are with me, you ain't got to say nothing. Don't talk to her like that.
Right, but what I'm saying is that's something that you might not say when you're just sitting and go, okay, Smack, what's good, what's negative and positive? You might not mention that. But when you're in that situation, you can show the other person that's how you respond. That's where your mindset is. And they can determine whether that's something they can work with or not. You know what I mean? So if you put yourself in different situations or around different things or handle different things, you'll get to see each other. You'll get to see how each other handles things, and where you might step up and be protective, or where you won't be. But at least that's something that we may forget to tell, but we will show.
Rajonda, what's up? You wanna say anything? Oh, shit. She did. Hello?
Yes, she's there. Rajonda, you want to tell us your orientation, your preferences and stuff? You got to unmute yourself.
She's unmuted. I think she has to connect to internet audio if she can hear us.
Oh. Okay.
When she connected, she got to connect to internet audio so that she can hear and respond and connect her mic.
Yeah, she's a Facebook friend, so she came on.
But yeah, back to what I think I like how you say, you know, going to different places, because you definitely have to do that, because that's how my other half learned about my anxiety. That's not, you know, something that you really want to tell somebody right off, but we was going to so many different places in the beginning of our relationship. They got to see the anxiety, and I wasn't treating my anxiety because I don't like how that medicine feel, but now I do take it because, you know, I can lash out and go into a zone and don't know how to come back. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't like to be in certain places cause me anxiety. Certain surroundings cause me anxiety, especially she'll tell you, like with the driving in the city, I can't stand it. I always be like, can you drive? Because I get anxiety really quick, and I'll be like, well, where do I turn? And how I'm talking, sometimes you can hear that anxiety come out. But I am not a city person. I brought up in the country, you know. We had pigs and cows and horses. That's how country I am. So the city brings me great anxiety, even Wilmington, because even though it's just a complete circle, you can end up in the wrong spot in Wilmington and possibly lose your life because of how the gang violence is there. But I'm with a city person. My other half is from the city, and that brings me calm, you know, because they know how to move around in the city. I don't.
Is that a preference? Like dating, you know, do you prefer a city person over a person that's from the country?
that goes.
Some people do. Some people do. Some people do.
I don't know.
That's not.
I never thought
not a
about.
I
country
don't date
girl.
nobody from Delaware no more.
You're on mute.
I said I would never date nobody in Delaware before, but I did. But I don't know. I like my city girls. I like my Caribbean.
I like laid back kind of country girl. You know, I thought Angel was that little. Now I know she wasn't naive by far, but I just saw that laid back kind of country in her.
She met me in Delaware and just think that I haven't been anywhere else. You know, she a city girl. She Philly, so that's all she knew is Philly.
Oh, I know more than
But
Philly. I was.
You don't realize you just met me. You just met me in the country. You just met me in the country, though.
I dated.
I wasn't raised in the country.
Yeah, but you know, to me, this seems so quiet and laid back till I got to know you.
This is my second relationship dealing with somebody from Jersey. Jersey girls like to have fun. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm just keeping it real. Like, and the relationship I'm in, we going on over 5 years. It's just beautiful. Going on coming up on 6. And you know, I sometimes, because of how I'm raised and because of, you know, where I come from, I don't see the world like a city person. There are certain places I'll be like, we going in there. You know what I mean? And it may not look the best on the outside, but it got the best food. You feel what I'm saying? And so my anxiety will kick in, but knowing that I'm with my other half, I know I'm good if this is a place that they like good, because when she took me to see where she grew up, and I was just so amazed because it's where Whitney Houston house was. And I'm like, yo, we in the hood. Like, seeing a dog. There was no window to a house and the dog was there. Like, you could see through the whole house, but that's just how I'm not used to seeing all that. So, you know, my anxiety started kicking up. And then, you know, the people that sing You Down with OPP, found out where they started from. A lot of people think they from New York. They not from New York. And so just showing me the history and where she actually grew up, I'm telling you, when we pulled in and she wanted to get out, I'm looking around like, yo, I'm trying to be tough. But because of the relationship we have, I was able to let my guard down, be like, yo, man, she said, I know you're scared. Come on, I got you. I'm like, okay, then.
Wow.
So, you know, I mean, I'm a country girl. We're not used to seeing some of the, I've seen some of my first in the city from being with my girlfriend, for real.
Right,
and it just helped with my anxiety.
That's
like,
good.
okay, we good. Ain't nothing going on. This her hood. Okay.
Right.
That was the opposite with me. I'm from the city, but I'm more laid back. You know, I could take you to the city.
Yeah.
You know, I love Philly. It's a great place to be, but I always been laid back in the city. You know, I wasn't always, you know, into everything. Now Miss Angel, she wants to be in everything in the city. You know, take me here, take me there. So it's some getting used to with her.
Don't worry about it. I jump on the subway myself.
She sure does.
I love you. I'm a city girl.
But you know what? Let me ask this. When we talk about dating preferences, do you feel that a true preference, you can't really have a true preference unless you really know yourself? Because like as we get older, we change, we go through different levels of life, we change who we're drawn to or who we're not drawn to. And I think in the beginning our preferences are a little more superficial. Like if I told you that, you know, a preference that I had at 19, 20 could easily be changed. You know what I mean? I might say it was a preference, but really not. Now in my 50s, when I tell you that's a preference, that's a preference. You know what I mean?
You
I
know,
don't
I
bend
love
as
to
much
travel.
now as opposed to what I claimed before, but I can tell you I know more about myself now because I had more life experiences.
Right.
I can be stern in my preference. I can be stern in what I like and what I don't like because I know myself. So, do you think that you have to really know yourself in order to really have true preferences? What do y'all think?
Well, yeah,
That's a good
well,
one.
you know me, I love to travel. So I need somebody that if I'm in a relationship, I need somebody that likes to travel and we just I'm very spontaneous. I'll see a concert that I want to go, it'll be the next day and I'll buy the ticket for it. I need somebody spontaneous, somebody that can get up and go, somebody that can travel. That's what I prefer as far
You
as
need a flight attendant.
Hey, there don't be no cute ones on the plane.
I just got off a plane.
You
from
need somebody that
Oklahoma.
at
They
least work for the
definitely got
airline. Just have them work for the airline.
That's a great question that you asked because my preferences kind of changed after relationships that you know, long ones, especially that I was in. Oh, I ain't trying to date that again. Let me, you know what I'm saying? So I agree, like your preferences do change. Now, another thing that changes is what you'll tolerate. Because you know what I'm saying? There are certain things that like I'm used to doing, but in my current relationship, I've learned to tone it down because of communication. You got to be able to communicate in that relationship too. You know what I'm saying? But as far as preferences, my preferences change after being in relationships with, you know, other women. I ain't going to do that. I can't do that no more. Like right now, with what I'm currently in don't work, I'm done with relationships. That's where I'm at with it. I understand you said you got. I know you said like Donna, you got one more in you. I ain't got none left in me. I'm dealing with this one. This has got to work, and if it don't, I'm done. I guess I go back to being, you know, that young smack. I guess I don't know, but I ain't got no time for another relationship. The what I'm in, we gonna make it work.
I feel you. I feel the same way. If things go bad, I'm just gonna give me an old head booty call and enjoy life. I just need somebody to change my tires every once in a while, dust off the dust, and then, you know, pee some hair grease.
Go about your business.
I'm out.
You know, there's a lot of our younger generation that could learn a lot from us, the older generation, because we've been where they are. A lot of them looking for that cute one. I've been there. That cute one will hurt you, boy. I mean,
Trust.
I tell you, that cute one got the model body, everything. You know what I'm saying? And,
I stay away from them.
I do. I stay away from that fast talking. I don't like nobody fast talking. And
I feel like if you getting enough attention, you don't need mine.
Right. That's my thing. Like, I feel like our younger generation really got to look at, you know, your preferences and really, you know, say to yourself, you know, really like have some preferences and knowing first you got to know yourself, what you able to deal with. I got friends, you know, caught charges behind women. You know what I mean? Because
that's not happening.
Their preferences and moving too fast, getting to know somebody. So I know who I'm currently with. We started off as friends. They might not have liked it, but see, what they don't know is what I asked for. I asked my creator, like, yo, please send me. And and everything that I have in my current relationship is what I asked the creator for. So yeah, it started off as a friendship. And I'm glad that we got that friendship now, you know, even with, you know, the relationship. Because that's important. You got to get to know a person, because the person that you may think is your all could be the craziest person and have you catching a charge.
Yeah.
You got to have some.
I like my freedom.
Hey,
So I think preferences should be an icebreaker. You know what I mean? Not to say that you can't expand or go somewhere else, but a starting point for a lot of us.
How you doing, Devette? I see it says it's connecting to your audio. Can you hear us?
Hello, Devette.
Hey. I finally got in. It was taking me so long to get in.
Hey. Yo, welcome. Where did you get the link from? Stud Empire?
You guys put it in the link because I had asked how to get into the Zoom, and you guys put it out there. So I was like, I'm sitting there, they say, well, you already have a Zoom, but I had already canceled the Zoom. And so I was like going in. I'm like, well, if you guys noticed, I went back in the group chat.
Yes.
And I was like, well, I'm gonna keep hitting it. And then it finally let me in.
Okay, good.
So
Better late than never.
what is your orientation and your preferences and what you think about what we said so far?
Oh, I was listening to you guys. I just couldn't comment. I think I was commenting, but you guys was on live chat, so you wasn't really seeing our what we were seeing. But I wanted to see you guys. But anything, what I am a lesbian. But at the end of the day, it's like I heard someone say, yeah, you do have, as a masculine person, you still a woman. And also the fact that I still have like feminine ways about me. I don't look at myself as a man. And then sometimes you meet women, and I've came into contact with women where it's like, if you show your feminine status about who you are, they will dismiss you.
Right.
And they will dismiss you. But to me, it's like, then you only looking into it to the point where it is a status. I'm not a status person. I love women, and that's what it's about. I may be a masculine person, but at the end of the day, I'm still a woman.
True.
And I'm not that type of person, or I'm not that type of woman. It's like, if I meet someone, it's not about, I think it's like I think it was what you were saying, is the same thing. Is like, just because we're masculine women doesn't mean we're not women. Doesn't mean that we have this thing where it's all this. I think it's the new version, because when I first came out, I was 32 years old. I'm 53 now. But at the end of the day, it's like, I didn't know what I was doing when I first came out. You know, I was a femme when I first came out. So at the end of the day, I knew that I've always been a tomboy, but at my time, in my era, it wasn't it wasn't like, okay, you can just come out and be whatever. My family accepted me altogether, but I had to figure out who I was. So at the end of the day, it's like, I came out femme. But then I always been, like I said, I've always been a tomboy. I've always been a boy. But at the end of the day, it's like I like feminine women, but I don't want to be a feminine. I don't want, and I've noticed that in dating, you can find a feminine woman. Now in my later days, it's different, but you can find a feminine woman and she expects you to be just that, a stud. And a stud in this new age mean that you take care of her, you make sure that she's good.
Mm-hmm.
You're not okay. And
Right.
to that point where you start getting into your head to where it's like, well, what about me? I have feelings too. I want to be loved on too. It's like I may not be want to be loved on the way you might want to be loved on, but I do want to be loved on. I want to feel like that if we're in that level of making love with each other, I may not do what it is that but at least accept me and say, hey, baby, I got you too.
Right.
Learn my love language as I learned your love language. You understand that part?
I understand that.
Love language all the way. It's love languages all the way around. It's not just about you. We count too.
Oh yeah.
Just because
and if I could just say something, what you were saying, it's about accepting who you are, and if you accept that you have masculine side, but you also have that feminine side, and you can embrace that in yourself, that when you go look for a woman, that's what I look for in my woman, that feminine woman, that masculine woman, that she can take if I'm down, I know she can take charge and handle the business while I'm down until I get up. That's a part about being in a lesbian relationship.
Exactly.
It's not a role.
It's not a
grown ass woman. I'm not gonna take care of you. I'm gonna help you.
I'm gonna help you. We're gonna help each other.
But you know what? But I hear what you're saying. Yep, I hear what you're saying, because even though Stacey's a masculine center, I would consider her a masculine center woman. She'll tell you she don't never know. I'll come home with balloons. I'll come home with cards. You know what I mean? I come home with a little bag of candy or some kind of where I just been out and just give her a little gift or write her a little note.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's
you gotta take care of each other.
You have to make sure she's okay too.
Right. You have to feed each other. You have to constantly, like somebody said, if you date Stacey, the honeymoon is never over. It's not. That's how I embrace my relationship. Every day we wake up is something new. It's a new
There
adventure.
you go.
Say that
one more time. I gotta hear that one more time. Say that one more time. But it's a new
adventure, whether it's handling whatever we have to handle in the house, we have to handle financially, mentally, whatever we have to do in order to make
we doing it together
grow and to build off that foundation. We laid the cement with the friendship. That was our cement. Now we're putting up the walls and the rooms to what we're building. Like I truly believe in that Stevie Wonder song, I've been building my castle up. And that's what I have done, because I knew I was getting it prepared for her, because that's who I wanted to be in with me in my home, in my cocoon. And that's who I want to share that with. So we build off what we have. Right?
But you know what? We still deal with our preferences, because even though I will buy flowers and balloons and cards, when I still like my door to be open. I still, my preference is still chivalry. No matter what I do for you, we go somewhere. I expect you to carry my bags. You know what I mean? But that don't mean that don't mean I'm not accepting and celebrating the fact that you're a woman.
That's like
I try to go out of my way to make sure that I celebrate the fact that she's a woman.
That's it. You know, like we
I'm
have
gonna
as
tell you
well.
A woman who's
something.
opening my doors and carrying my bag.
That's it. She want to watch
This
laundry.
is
Okay,
crazy.
you want to watch
This is
laundry?
crazy.
Take it downstairs. No problem. I know. Every Monday I take the trash out, but she gets it together and I take it out. That's our
Right, they
thing.
got a system.
You know,
Yeah.
because that's how I was raised.
So I'm gonna ask you a question. This is crazy. I go to a fellowship where it's just about us. It's this organization with it's just about us. And so we're in there, we're celebrating everything. And my whole thing is I don't go by I don't look at myself as a masculine woman. I just look at myself as a woman.
Mhm.
So I'm in there and I'm talking and we just had a beautiful praise, everything. So I'm standing next to a couple. They're married. And the wife, because I was talking to both of them, and the wife told me, because I said she, because my thing is we're women. And that's how I look at it. We're still women. Her wife told me she's not a woman, she's a man. You refer to her as being her. She's not a her. Yes, she is a her. So my thing is, how do you, because I don't look at it like that. I feel like that I don't want no woman to tell me that I'm a man because I'm not a man. And I do represent myself because at the end of the day, it's like I love my who I am as a masculine woman, but then I also represent myself as a feminine woman. But I just didn't understand that.
But you know what? I don't think it's meant for us to always understand. I'm one of them people that if you tell me that you prefer the pronouns him or he or him,
But she
regardless of
didn't
what you
trip
look
off
like
of
to
it.
me, that's what I'll
Her
do.
wife didn't trip off of it. She tripped off of it.
Oh, I mean, if there's somebody else talking for you, I ain't gonna pay too much attention to that. But if you directly tell me, I'm him, I'm a he, I will refer to you as that from that point
Exactly.
on. But if
I
you
would have
tell me
done
I'm
that.
she, her, I'm gonna, regardless of what you look like, I'm gonna respect that, and
Right.
I don't have to understand it, but I'm gonna respect it, and from that point on, that's what I'll address you as.
But if the wife if the masculine woman didn't trip off of it, why did the wife?
Oh, I don't know.
Rajonda, if you can hear us, look like she's trying to talk. If someone
Oh, we
has your
can't.
information, have her go out and connect to internet audio.
Oh,
Look like
okay.
she's trying to talk. I can't
Yeah,
hear.
because she don't have a microphone by her name.
She don't need it. She just need to go out, and when it says connect to audio, hit yes. And
Who,
then
me?
Let me
Rajonda.
Oh, hey.
let me message her on Messenger. Hold on.
I have a question for everyone. What are your thoughts about preferences on careers and things of that nature? Career versus job, money when it comes to relationships. One person making more than the other one making less, or a businesswoman. What are you guys' thoughts about those preferences?
I'll go first. I think that regardless of what type of preference you have, whether it's physical, whether it's financial, whether it's spiritual, whether it's, personality, I think you have a right to have that preference, but it, as we were talking earlier, shouldn't pigeonhole you. You know what I mean? So if somebody's preference is financial, somebody got to have a certain amount of money or have a certain type of job. I don't see how that preference is a strong foundation, but I'm not going to knock if that's what they want to go for, and hopefully good luck to them to find what they want. But I don't knock anybody's preference regardless of what it is, even though I may agree with it, I may not agree with it, but I don't knock nobody's preference.
Right.
Well, my thought on it is this, because I have that issue. Because my thing is, it turns me off if I meet somebody and we're just talking and we're talking for the first time, and I feel like I'm on a interview. That turns me off because I'm not, the first thing I do when I talk to somebody, I just want to know their spirit, who they are. I don't want to hear, or I don't ask a woman what job she at, what she do. That's not my business, because one thing my parents always told me, what a woman make or a man make or whatever you do, that's not your money. But when you become, when you come into that establishment to the point where you guys come into a relationship together and you build a foundation together, then you take care of that together. But at the end of the day, it's like, I don't care what a woman make or what she do, because everybody got their own plight and they deal with
Right.
whatever they got to deal with. That's not my money. I don't even know if we're going to be together. So why does that matter
Right.
at that time, right? It doesn't matter what she makes. It doesn't matter what she does. It
And
does.
if you worry about money, you taking away from everything else.
Worried about money before we even got a chance
Right.
to have a conversation.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
see, then you would know that that's not the person for you.
There you
What I'm
go.
saying is,
There
you
go.
have to know your own preference. You can't knock somebody else for having a preference different
No,
than you.
it's
You just
not
gotta kind of
no.
acknowledge the fact that maybe you two aren't,
Yeah.
that's
It's
not what
not
you want to.
knocking a
That's not who
person.
you
It's
deal
not.
with.
It's not knocking a
I
person.
think I
Well, why
come from
always
not knocking
money
a
got to
person.
come into the
It's
conversation
just a
when it
point
comes?
when you convert. It's not knocking a person. It's just that if you get to know a person, money shouldn't be the first person.
Right.
Shouldn't be the
Money
first thing you talk about.
shouldn't even, like, you're not
It
You don't
even
even
it
know if
on
you're
should
gonna
right.
be together.
But to be honest and to be fair, it's some women out here that's one of their preferences.
I don't deal with women
Well,
like that.
now, they can
Yeah.
Because
stay away
I
from
gotta
me.
take care of myself. So I
Right.
don't need nobody to help me take care of me.
This
But
Exactly.
it's
dumb ad on.
understood that people have different preferences. That's just not your preference.
That's
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
exactly.
My
But at the
preference
end
is
of
a
the day,
lesbian. If
you can,
another
at the
if
end of
another
the
woman, a
day,
heterosexual woman came and
true. But at the end
I
of the
wouldn't want her.
day,
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
don't. If you want, you don't even know if you missing your soulmate because you done brought up something that should not even been brought up. Simply
Yeah, I
because
think,
it's not
money
a
shouldn't even
preference.
come in the
It's
dating
not a
stage.
preference. It's not a preference. It's to see if this person can take care of you. It's not
There
a
you
preference.
go.
But
Why
that might be
preference
their
exist?
preference. That
It's
might
not a
be their
preference.
preference.
You
No,
got some
listen.
women
Their
out here
preference
that
might
don't
be
know
finding
their
someone
That's
to
their
take care of
preference.
them.
But
Yeah.
that's
Some
their preference.
But
But my
that's
preference
another
is
flip
this.
side
That's a
because that
gold
person
digger
can
right
have
there.
I
money.
understand that. That's their preference because
But I'm
they're
saying
gold
you
diggers.
know, that's
They're
their
gold
preference. Their
diggers.
preference is to find someone who's going to financially take care of them, find a sugar mama or a sugar
Exactly.
daddy.
But
That is their preference. I
Trust
guarantee
me.
you, there are
Yeah.
sugar
All right.
mamas and
listen,
sugar daddies out there
I
I'm
that
ain't
gonna tell
love
y'all
to
something.
listen.
Take
talk
care
about
of
what they got.
Yeah.
Listen,
I'm
and
gonna
you
tell
take
you.
They
listen.
can
I
take care of you.
Wait, hold on.
Hold
Everybody's
on.
talking all at once, but from me asking the question, I noticed the first thought was of becoming a sugar mama, or you don't want
Yeah,
to become that.
that's not
But
the that's not
what if the woman has her own financially and she has goals?
and she ain't putting
That
it out
some of
there.
that stuff takes time
I
It's a
think
and
turn off.
money.
I
It's
think
a
everybody
turn
has a
off.
right to their preference, regardless of whether it's what type of preference it is.
All right. I'm gonna say
I
something.
And
think
if that ain't your thing, then move on, and somebody else will come along.
No,
That's their
but
thing.
that's not the point. That's
Right.
not the point of it. But that's not the point of it. The point of it is if somebody is saying, I want to get to know you, and this is how I grew up, how my parents raised me, and how my dad always told me, you do not have to. If you could take care of yourself, you take care of yourself. But always know who is what and what it is. My thing is this. One thing I do not like about this, when it comes to the lesbian community, gay community, what have you, it's like before it hit to this new millennium thing, women fell in love with each other because of love. It wasn't about money. Nowadays, it's about
status.
money. It's about like
Taking care of you, taking care of me.
taking care of you. So it's not a preference. It's not a preference. It's about the fact that it done got to the point where even with, like she said earlier, I was listening, how you look is how you look, how many tats you got on you. I ain't got no tats. but it's how many tats on you got on you, how much money you
I
make,
have too many.
or I get you, but you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
how
But
you
it's still
look
a
at it.
preference. It's still somebody. It's not your
I get
preference.
that part, but what I'm
But it's
saying
still
is,
somebody's preference.
I get that part, but what I'm saying is, when you're a real woman and you know what you're looking for and you know what you want, and then you put yourself out there to say, hey, I'm a grown-ass woman. I know exactly what I want. And if I open that door and I say, hey, I'm telling you exactly who I am. I'm not lying to you about who I am. I'm telling you exactly who I am. And you walk through that door and you think that I'm going to take care of you, because I don't take care of nobody unless I know
Right.
point blank.
Well,
You
what
about
if-
your
let
shit
me,
too.
But
let me
like
just say,
people
can I say
saying,
something?
You got to be about your shit.
Let me say something. You know, you can, if it's all about love and it's all about having trust and faith in a person, you can meet
Yes.
someone that at that particular moment they might be down on their luck. They might be in
I don't
between
have a problem
jobs,
with
but
that.
you see in it, you're not taking care of that person. What you're doing is you're invested in your relationship, because once that person gets on their feet, if they're true
I
to
don't have a
you
problem
and
with
true
that.
to your relationship, that person is going to come in and build with you.
I don't
That's
have
the
a problem with
trust.
that.
That's the trust you have to have in the belief that
No,
you
no, no,
have
no, no.
in
I
a
don't have a
person.
problem.
So if
No,
this
I
is
don't.
all about love and it's all about a relationship, it's not about taking care of someone. It's like you're
No, this
investing
is not the
in
problem.
your
The pro-
relationship.
yeah, but that's
no,
not
no,
what
no,
P was
no.
saying,
That's
to
not the
my
Hold on,
problem.
can I
understanding.
say something? Can I
To
say
my
something?
understanding, P
This
was
is my
saying,
I think you're misunderstanding, because that's not the problem.
yeah, I
I
think
don't
P
have
was
a
saying,
problem
what
making
if you
sure that my
come?
woman got her thing, but I have a problem with women coming in saying, hey, this is what you want. But at the end of the day, when you get in there, you playing these games. I don't have time to play games. I'm
Oh
53
yeah,
years old.
that's a whole nother
Yeah,
I'm
topic.
not
What
a
if you
kid.
got a
I'm not
woman
a
that's
kid.
coming to you and
I'm
saying,
53. Listen, I'm 53 years old. So my whole thing is I'm looking for a mate. I'm looking for my forever. So at the end of the day, I live by myself. My kids are good. So I'm looking for the same thing that I can produce.
well,
And
what if
even
somebody
if,
say that though?
even if, because I'm not all the way there, just like if I'm not looking for my woman to be all the way there. But what I'm saying is, I'm not looking to take care of somebody. And that's what I've learned since I'm from California. And I'm not used to, I live in South Carolina now.
Mhm.
And what I've learned being in South Carolina is that they want you to take care of them. And I'm
Well,
not that woman.
And
but she wasn't saying take care of, like for example,
No, that's
if a
what
woman
they
comes and
No,
say,
I'll
I
say
make six
something.
can't
figures,
tell me what it
I
is
have a
that
preference
I've
that
been
the person I deal with makes six figures. What's wrong with that? I don't think you can knock that person. They got a preference
I
just
mean,
like
you
anybody
can have
else.
you could be a let's just give a profession.
It's not about taking
You
care
could
of.
be a doctor.
No, it
I
You
is
want
could
to say
taking
be
something.
care
a
of.
doctor.
If a
And
woman
you
do
could be
not
a
want, if
doctor
a woman
and you
is
meet a
steady telling
waitress
you to give
that's
them
making
money, if they
$2.50
ain't
an
putting
hour,
nothing
but you
into
fell in
your,
love
if
with
they
that
ain't putting
waitress.
nothing into
But
you,
it
if
shouldn't
you put
matter
into
about
them,
she making $2.50. It's about what y'all
I
gonna
don't have a
build
problem with
together.
that. But what I have a
It's got to
problem with,
be
like I said,
two people that
I've
work
been in a
together.
relationship with a woman for 10 years, and we had a house, all that. I done did this. So, but at the end of the day, what I've learned since I moved out this way, and I've been out here for 8 years now, and I met this woman that I totally fell in love with. And it was all about, everything that I found out about her was a lie.
Mm.
It was a lie. So you can't tell me what it is that, you can say everything you want to say, but what I'm saying is everything I found out about her was a lie. And I
Yeah,
looked it up.
So I'm
and
a,
that's why you gotta
I
take
want to
your
say
time.
something
That
real
goes
quick.
I don't like a liar. I'm not a
Well,
liar, and I'm not gonna lie about who I am. And I don't want nobody to lie to me about who I am, because once I do, I put myself out there. So at the end of the day, if I'm telling you, look, I'm not a perfect woman. Who is?
Nobody.
Who's a perfect woman? Ain't nobody perfect.
No.
But at the end of the day, if you say this is what you want, then say it. But this woman
Uh,
is living with a whole nother woman. Never knew it
Oh,
until
yeah,
she started bumping her guns. Living
Smack,
with a whole different.
Smack, what
Oh.
was you trying to say?
All right, so I wanted to jump in here because we all very passionate, and then we all have been brought into, well, not all of us. I mean, I can only speak for myself. I have my regular parents, but I also have my gay mom and dad. I've been out since I was 17. I'm 50, going to be 51. So, I've been in relationships where I don't pay for whole college educations. I done bought houses, been in relationships, and we done bought, buying a house, timeshares, a whole lot of things that we invested in together, which I think because those relationships didn't work, it kind of, that used to be a preference of mine. Like my preference is they gotta be working. And I'm sorry, this is just my personal preference. I don't care how you're working, but you gotta be working. I can't be with someone who isn't working and doesn't show the desire to go and get a job. I just can't do that. I am no longer taking care of no woman. If we're not going to build together, then we cannot be together.
Right.
If you don't have some type of inspiration about life or trying to reach to something, you never know. You know what I'm saying? I love the relationship I'm in because I see my purpose now.
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying? They help bring things out of me that I didn't see in myself.
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying? And which
I get what you're saying.
Help elevate me into better paying jobs. So now we can, I didn't understand it at first, you know what I'm saying? But I get it now. Because if you're a person who's coming from working 3 jobs to make sure the house is, you know what I mean? It's taken care of and not seeing where you're building something together. And that was renting at the time. So it takes the right person to come into your life and
to change and build,
change the way
put
you
into
feel.
you.
Because I got hurt in those past relationships where I invested much money, invested much time. When I tell you a college education, I paid that.
You
You
know,
see what I'm saying? And now here they are, teacher of the year. When you give your thanks, you should give thanks to the person who paid for your college education.
There you go.
For you to be that teacher of the year. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not even worried about, because that's my past. I learned from it. But I'm
It's a
so
lesson.
thankful because now at my age, and maybe if I wasn't so gullible with my preferences back then, that kind of stuff didn't matter to me. What my like you say, your preferences
didn't matter because
it didn't matter
there.
back then. I was just wanting to be loved. And as long as I was getting and having my way in the bedroom, I'm just talking about a young smack now. That's all I was happy about. I was getting pleased. I was getting my way. Okay, I'm paying all these damn bills. Okay, so I got some say. It's not like that today.
Nah, we older now.
We older,
I'm wiser.
and it's a whole different. It's a different level, and it's at this point. It's like at 53 years old, I'm thinking on a whole different level. I want a wife, a real wife. I want someone. I've never been married, so I know what I'm looking for, and I know what I want. You know what I'm saying? I done did the miscellaneous. You know what I'm saying? I've done that, but right now it's like I'm at the level. It's like I don't want to just bring somebody in my life that's just gonna be mediocre. I want to bring somebody in my life to where we're gonna build and we're gonna grow and we're gonna have. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta make that known from the get-go, Devette. You know what I'm saying? While you're getting to know that person, you got to make sure they know what your preferences are and what you expect. So that you don't go down that road again, thinking they the one and they done lied. You need to step into their zone and really check out the world. It's all right to have your own preferences, but you got to make that known from the get-go.
So how do you do that? It's like my whole thing is what I think I'm making I'm a very much conversationist, but I don't think that because I came out a little bit later than you. I came out at 32. And I haven't went back since. But at the end of the day, it's like my whole thing is the women that I keep meeting is like, to me, like the last woman I met, found out she was going through a divorce. Then she had living with her, and I figured it out. It's like she said she had a roommate, but it's a stud. But the stud's calling her when she coming over to my house. I live by myself.
That's a sign.
You know what I'm saying?
That's letting you know right there. That's
That's
messy from the
crazy.
get-go. When you get that situation handled, give me a call. That's
Right,
a person.
exactly.
No,
If
I'm
they
done.
still
No,
living,
I ain't
no.
messing with her anymore.
Yeah,
But
I'm
my
just letting
thing
you
is,
know.
I need to talk to somebody because I don't have any friends out here. I'm out here. My kids are. I'm out. I'm from California. I'm in South Carolina by myself without no family. It's just me here. My son, my daughter, all of them are contractors.
Oh, they
in
older.
California, union contractors in California. But out here, I'm by myself. And I'm meeting this girl, and all of a sudden I find out, oh, you got a roommate? And I can't go over your house, but you think you're going to come over my house all the time.
Yeah, there you go. But you gotta take your time.
Resolved there.
You can't just, you gotta be friends. You gotta really take your time and not put your heart so fast and quick into somebody. You just gotta really get to know them really, really good.
You gotta date effectively. You got to date effectively. But we almost getting to the end of the Zoom.
Oh yeah, it went by fast.
So I'm gonna ask you guys a question real quick before we hang up. The roommate is the bitch, right?
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
Go ahead, keep going, Devette.
I think we need to give her tips on how to date effectively.
Hey, it's cool
Got
talking
to.
to y'all,
Now
man. I'm
time
telling
you
you.
got to.
Look, I think we all should give some last
I
words.
need some soul sisters
That's
in my
last
life.
words on how to.
I think we all should give some last words of encouragement, or whoever's listening to the Zoom.
All right, y'all.
How about
Hey,
how
do
to
another
date
Zoom
effectively?
and let me get in this.
How to date effectively? I got it. So we're gonna start from me, and then next is Stacy, then Donna, then Devette and Angel.
Okay.
How to date effectively. My advice will be is to like Angel said, get to know yourself. I think you should take a pad and write down the things that you personally need and ask those questions of that person that you meet or you're interested in. I don't think you should waste your time doing that with everyone because you're not going to be want to invest in everyone. So
right.
Write down a list of your needs or what you're looking for, what you want, and then assess that person to see if they have it. Next is Stacy.
My advice is how I would go about finding that soulmate is I treat it like a job interview. You know, you write down your questions, you ask questions, you let that person know who you are, and if you see red flags, stop at that first red flag, because eventually you're going to see more than one red flag. So that first red flag should just stop you in your track and say, hey, that is not the person for me. But I think you should really take it as like a job interview, you know, because that person is really it's going to be incorporated in your life that you're investing in. So you want to make sure that that investment of your time, your effort, your emotions, your spirituality. Okay, baby. We only got. Say what? We only got a couple minutes. Okay. She told me to cut it short, so I have to listen to her. So that's it, y'all.
We think we're advanced.
Donna's next.
Oh yeah. Hey, what's up? All above. Nah, no, I'm joking. No,
I like
I
you.
agree. I got next time I meet somebody or I decide that I want to date, I got a 40 question page thing where if you whatever you put on that page, and if we get in a relationship and you don't go by that, it's over. We broken up. I was serious, but I like what I like, and I want somebody to make me a priority. I'm very
There you go.
affectionate. I like a lot of quality time. That's my love language. So I need somebody that's going to have to give me a lot of quality time. That's what I'm looking for as far as my preference. And a traveler. Go ahead. Next.
The vet, what's the advice you would give?
As a Gemini, I am a people person and I am a conversationist. I want to be heard. I don't want to be in a relationship where it's like it's all about somebody else. So my preference to say that in going into a new fellowship with someone, to really listen to what you guys are saying, listen to what it is that they're saying, and really evaluate on what it is that they're saying. Because if you like you say, if you're not listening to the red flags and you just only listening to what it is that you feel, then you can never understand, and you always gonna fall into a hard space with that person, for the simple fact that you only going into what it is that you feel, but you're not listening to what that person is telling you, that what it is that who they are.
I show everything in the beginning. I don't care.
Listen to yourself.
Angel?
All right, I have three things. First, I think you need to get to know yourself. Before you even talk
Yourself.
about preferences, you need to know
Mhm.
yourself. Just like everyone was saying, list, whatever, know yourself. Two, it's okay to have preferences, but please do not let your preferences become a prejudice. You want to have a starting point, but you also, if things don't work out, you want to be able to broaden it. So be very careful not to let those preferences be your prejudice. And three, when you do find that person that sparks you up a little bit, as I was saying earlier, go to different places, put yourself in different environments. Do not date at the same place. Do not go to the same restaurant. Do not do the same activity. Mix it up a little bit. Observe and listen and pay attention to how both of you deal with situations, how you talk to people, how you talk to each other. If you're able to back each other up naturally, if you're not, pay attention to all that. So when I say date effectively, just try to be as broad in your experiences, in your environments and your stress levels as you can. Really pay attention to that. Don't just look at what you want to see.
So listen to a film. It's smart.
For John, the microphone not working, so smack.
Yeah, I love you guys and I thank you guys. You guys gave me a lot of insight.
Welcome. I wanted to say that everything that I was gonna say is there. The most important thing is know yourself.
Yes.
You're gonna know yourself better as you go throughout. You gotta look at your different relationships, evaluate some things so that you can learn yourself more.
Okay.
So you can have effective relationships, and your preferences, you're gonna notice that they're gonna change. So everything that everybody said, I agree with, but the most important thing is knowing yourself.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Hey, when you guys gonna have another one?
Next month.
Next month.
Angel, I'll
Next
let
month.
you wrap it up and tell everybody what the next topic is. If y'all figure it out.
Oh yes. Now that
Right.
Donna.
Hey, and add
We are
me,
gonna
because
have
I don't know how
we are
y'all
gonna have
added
another
me,
one.
'cause I don't know
Devette,
none of y'all. And y'all
well, just so you know, Devette, you went on mute, Devette. I don't know if you put yourself on mute or what, but we have it every third Thursday of the month, 7 to 9. So next month, topic is going to be genders.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We're going to talk about cis and trans. We're going to try to have a light conversation about gender identity.
Right.
So we're going to do that. Hopefully we can get some trans people to come on and talk with us, cisgender people. I would love to get some guys on, but that's what we're going to do. And I don't know, P, you want me to say the closing? I didn't know if you want to say the closing or you want me to go ahead and wrap it up.
Go ahead and wrap it up.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming. This was brought to you by I Am Me nonprofit. Go to our website, www.iammecorp.org. Check us out. Like I said, every third Thursday of the month, we have our Help Me Understand. If there's something that you want us to talk about, feel free to email. You can also, you can email me, Donna, and it's just our first name, Angel Donna at iammecorp.org, and let us know some kind of topic, and we'll bring it to the table. And that's about it. Donna, you have anything left you want to say?
No, thank
Good
you for
night.
coming, everybody joining in. Thank you. We had a good discussion.
Good night, everybody.
And hope to see y'all next month.
Oh yeah,
Tell your
yeah.
friends.
A lot of people I told, but they couldn't get in. I don't know.
Well, thank you guys for letting me get
All
in.
right.
Good
No
night.
problem.
night.
No problem.
Good night.